right now in the cryptocurrency space. I'm sure a lot of you woke up this morning to look at Bitcoin still well over 90,000. A big shift happened, but Trump's family just inked a massive deal. And it's important that people understand how big of a deal it is. You see, I've always been a proponent of doing what wealthy people do. It sounds funny, but most people aren't like that. Most people don't actually train themselves to be disciplined like wealthy people. That's why they're not wealthy. If you'll start to discipline yourself, you'll become wealthy. So I got a story, got a pizza, I got a coffee, and I've got an incredible way for people to make money. And one of those ways is that we just absolutely started the next wave of the Bitcoin banana cycle. I cannot wait to don a monkey suit during the rally monkey time. And that's coming, I believe, in the next few weeks. We're going to see, and I used to say this all the time, in the next 90 days, you are going to make more money than you probably will all year. And we are now there. A lot of people don't understand a calendar because we are now, I've been talking about that for 8 weeks. And now the final 4 weeks happens, the pump. And I'm excited. I'm going to talk about the XCN coin. I'm going to talk about this deal with Donald Trump's family and crypto.com. And I cannot wait because we have now went through the dip that I told you about starting. I talked about it in February. I said, get ready, the dip's coming. And now we've all positioned ourselves. Matter of fact, real quick, shout out. I'm extending the DeFi Pro course, the whole bundle, until 3 p.m. Pacific today, because today at 4 p.m. Pacific is our monthly live coaching calls where I'm going to show you the next coin we're moving into that we're looking at, that we're going to take a position on, and showing you with Dylan our strategy and holding people's hands through this entire year of this crypto explosion. And I can't wait because my motivation is to make a group of people so darn rich that when we move into the next asset class, it's going to blow it up. And I'm not talking about crypto. We're going to move from crypto later this year and take part of our money and move it into another asset class. You are witnessing in real time a group of people you've been seeing in the crypto market moving crypto market caps just by the sheer amount of buying because this group is so big. You are going to see people get richer and richer right before your eyes and move markets, and you're going to see them move capital markets next. All right, let's do this. I got a story. This is about the Trump family and a deal they signed, and I want you to start acting like rich people. All right, here we go. Trump Media enters a deal with crypto trading platform. It says President Trump's social media company has moved one step closer to transforming itself into a financial services firm that intends to market investment products, including crypto, to retail investors. Trump Media and Technology Group, the parent company of Truth Social, which has become Mr. Trump's main online megaphone, said on Tuesday that it has signed a binding agreement with a crypto trading platform and a newly created Florida investment firm to launch a series of exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, by the end of the year. I gotta be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of Truth Social. There's so many things they could do better. I don't know why they don't have it better already. That's just me. Type 1 if you agree with that. Type 2 if you're like, no, it's great. I haven't used it for a while. Okay, let me take a break from this real quick. Let me share something. When Trump came out, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. When Trump came out with the Trump coin, he sold it to a bunch of people. It wasn't a rug pull, but it fell in value, right? Now, I'll give it a little credit. It fell at first, during a bull run, but also alongside, it got pulled down with all these other crypto coins. And people like myself and Dylan and my DeFi group were chomping at the bit for this crash, and they were gobbling up as much coins as they can. What did they do with that money? They raised the money and they went and bought these big mainnet coins, Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, things like that. That is what you should be doing. And then also dipping your toes into these smaller market cap coins that have these insane pushes. I'm going to get to XCN in a second because I believe you're going to see that thing 5x here pretty shortly, which it's already 2x. It's already absolutely over doubled. Well, it's well over doubled. What did we start it at? I told the channel, DeFi Pro group started layering in at 009, 008. It's now 2 cents today right now, or it's about to crest 2 cents. So that's, I don't know, give me the percentages. The channel, you guys knew about it at 1 penny, so you've already doubled your money. Anyway, it says here, last year, Trump Media entered into an equity line of credit with Yorkville Advisors. the Yorkville American Digital was incorporated in Florida this month and affiliated with Yorkville America, which has ties to Yorkville Advisors. There's a lot of Yorks. Ooh, now I'm thinking about York peppermint patties. I'd go good with a coffee right now. It says here, the arrangement in which the firm can acquire discount shares of the company in return for cash. To date, Yorkville has acquired over 17 million shares of Trump Media as a part of a long-term financing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. It says here, initially, a crypto critic, Mr. Trump, went on to fully embrace the industry during last year's presidential campaign and vowed that his administration would take a more welcoming approach to digital assets than Biden's administration did. Here's why this is important. When people understand the power of a smart contract, and when a company builds something on the blockchain and puts out a contract that says, hey, there's only going to be this many tokens forever, and then you could use the tokens. Here's the use case. You know, you could save it and it goes up or down in value, right? Just like a stock. Or you could also stake it and get a return because we're building a network here. You can use it to get discounts on fees for things you normally use. My point being is that there's way more ways to make money with crypto and have the understanding and knowledge that they can't be diluted, unlike a stock. This is very, very important. And you are witnessing something right now. If you own crypto, do me a favor. Type yes. If you do not own any crypto, say no. I don't own any crypto. Reason why I say that is because you are witnessing something bigger than the dot-com bubble. I came out 2 Januaries ago, excuse me, and I said everybody needs to own crypto and you got to get it soon. And the reason why is because this is bigger than the dot-com bubble. And you are going to be on the low end of the bell curve as it's taking off because of adoption. Now, let's talk about XCN. XCN is a coin called, it's Onyx coin, and it was created by a company named Chain.com. I started covering this in December. A lot of students, a lot of you, I gave a free pick away. I gave 5 of them away to show you projects that I look for and how I have a special method to my madness of how I look for volume increasing and all this kind of stuff. TA traders and all this stuff, they have no concept of this. And so it took off and people made like 2,000, 2,200%. When I went on the channel at 4.6 cents and I said, hey, there's some bad news about XCN. Near term, I'm pulling profits. I pulled 50% as of that date off the table, keeping 50% of my coins, but absolutely crushed it. Then I stayed quiet because I knew the crash was coming. Why am I going to talk about specific projects? I want to own them all. And so I started buying and buying and buying. And so did my students. And that's what we were doing in those monthly coaching calls. I was telling them what I was doing, and then they were doing the same thing. Now they've amassed an incredible amount of money because it's now starting to take off. I said, and got a lot of hate from a lot of emotional XRP holders when I sold half of my XRP, and I said this, and I'm going to stand on this. XCN will 5x in price before XRP. I am correct right now, still correct. And still the hate comes out, right? Because people will hold on to an investment until it dies because of over emotional thinking. All I care about when it comes to cryptocurrency, and this is going to blow your mind, I care about making money. Oh my gosh. Now, type 10 if you agree with me. Really, the only thing you should care about when you're making an investment is how much you're buying it at and how much you're selling it at. And selling it should be at a profit. That's how you become wealthy. Now, we get it. There are a lot of keyboard warriors out there that just want to emotionally drain, their bad feelings about themselves and the fact they still live with their mom on everybody else on the internet. And that's okay. I can take it. As long as the bank account keeps going up and your bank account keeps going up, that's what I care about. Did you notice I did the video about gold and I said, hey, I think you're going to see some weakness in gold. I said, over the long term, I think in this next year, seeing a $5,000 gold price, absolutely. And look at it, it's tanking right now, right? I'm saying, hey, personally, I'm not buying any gold. I like things that are weak, that people aren't looking at, right? I can't wait to move Bitcoin and crypto into silver. I honestly believe, and this is just me, I'm going to start saying this a lot so people get this. I believe we're going to see, and this is my call, $150,000 Bitcoin, and I think it could actually go higher than that during this cycle top, or this crypto cycle. You'll see $150,000 Bitcoin at the same time silver's 35 bucks. Do you know what kind of arbitrage that's going to create for us as Ninja Nation? It's going to be incredible. And all of the silver people that don't want to be crypto people that are just waiting for a catalyst, get ready. The crypto people are on their way. Silver people, we're going to be good because crypto people are silver people. If you like crypto and silver, do me a favor, just type both, crypto and silver. So my point being is that we have seen incredible things happening. Now, let me throw out another thing. Now, I learned this from Bo Ploney the other day. You know, when the Pope died, they're calling it Easter Monday, right? Which I don't even know what Easter Monday is. It's just like the hangover from Easter. I don't know. You had too much tryptophan or lamb. I don't know what to say. So he was 88 years old, right? And Klaus Schwab, 88 years old, he resigns. But on Easter Day, the investigation into Klaus Schwab by his own organization started. 88 or 8 is also known as resurrection. That's one of the meanings in the Bible, right? Check this out. What price was Bitcoin the day that Klaus Schwab retired or ran away and the Pope died? $88,000. You see, crypto, Bitcoin has been sitting between 80,000 and 76, you know, doing these just, and it's sitting forever at 82, 84,000 bucks. But it wasn't until Easter Monday, what they're saying, is it decided to go to $88,000. And now, I believe, because we are still well ahead of that perfect $91,887, you know, resistance line or support, us closing today above that is going to mark a new trajectory for crypto. And so this, like I said 8 weeks ago, in the next 90 days, you're going to make more money in the next 90 days than you're going to make all year. And I'm going to be right. Because if you positioned yourself during the downturn like I told everyone to do, and you bought at the right price, that was the day you made your money. You got the great entry point. And now it's going to take off, and you're going to get to decide your future. When do you sell? That's on you. That's not on me. But I got to be honest with you. I think we're all going to get stupid rich. I just like that. Do me a favor. If you agree with that statement, if you agree with what I'm saying right now, just type I agree. And if you're ready to hard charge this, let's go freaking crush this. Now, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but what I do is coach people. And so at 3 p.m., the sale ends for the Crypto DeFi Pro, which includes all of the monthly coaching calls, group coaching calls, all that stuff. And I'm going to coach people until January through this crypto cycle. And we're going to teach people when and how to take profits. We're going to teach people and show them our exclusive picks. And today, the next one comes out, and I'm very excited about it. And we're going to absolutely steamroll the world when it comes to investing. It's going to be the coolest investing group ever, I think, honestly. All right, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you are a DeFi student and you can give me a review down below of what you think and how everything's been going, please do that. And because you are my advertising, okay? Thank you so much for that. I don't like to fake reviews. All right, with that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.